What's happening in Oklahoma? This is the Oklahoma Memo for Thursday, September the 4th. All my Okies, hit that follow button and help me grow this channel. Well, today's newsletter started with a look at NonDoc's piece yesterday about the Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. It was a big shock to the mental health community, I suspect. Well, here are the basics. Allie Friesen had been fired by the state legislature earlier this year, displeasing Governor Stitt immensely. On the other hand, Gentner Drummond, Attorney General and 2026 gubernatorial candidate, celebrated the dismissal. So Stitt replaces her with Gregory Slavonic, a retired career military man with no background in mental health. But mind you, Stitt put Friesen in charge and now Slavonic to help rid the department of, quote, corruption and conflicts of interest. So the mission really hasn't changed. But what Slavonic led with, according to the NonDoc report, was $40 million in cuts that will directly negatively impact, quote, thousands of Oklahomans, according to one mental health advocate. And based on what I read of the NonDoc story, which I highly recommend you read too, this development caught the state legislature by surprise. If mental health impacts you or a loved one, stay on top of this story. I'll keep writing about it and sharing stories from other newsrooms across the state in my Oklahoma Memo newsletter, which you can sign up for free at oklahomamemo.com. Quickly, other big headlines across the state. ConocoPhillips to lay off 20 to 25% of its workforce, and it will be affecting operations in Oklahoma, per Rick Marinon of Fox 23 in Tulsa. Oklahoma Voice with the recap of Wednesday's special meeting of the Board of Education that resulted in the hiring of Ryan Leonard as staff attorney, a selection Gentner Drummond called, quote, woefully inadequate. But quickly, turning our attention back to NonDoc, they got Leonard's reaction to that, saying, no, he's absolutely represented other state agencies before, besides representing Governor Stitt in the fight against the tribes. And strange, Leonard says, but Drummond seemed excited by my hiring when we talked recently. Oklahoma Watch with the story about Department of Education Chief Policy Advisor Matt Langston, who earns a six-figure salary while only coming to the office 4 days so far in 2025. That sounds like a sweet gig. And one more, the Oklahoman with the story identifying where lobbyists spent most of their money during Oklahoma's last legislative session. The answer will probably not shock you. All the stories I talk about here I put in the Oklahoma Memo newsletter. The goal is to keep you on top of the headlines and to point you to the best journalism in the state. I appreciate your support.